Really nice to have you guys here. Would love to talk about how to achieve customer experiences, right? Really great customer experiences using composable commerce. It's the focus of the session is going to be how you can build the fundamentals, how you can build a foundation to achieve really modern customer experiences. And why things are the way it is, and how did we all ended up here in a retail or a digital commerce perspective. I'm sure all of you are involved with some sort of a digital exercise, some sort of a digital initiative or projects, regardless of the department, right? Can I see some hands? Yeah, absolutely. Amazing. So I'll just touch upon a few things. This is me. I'm representing DigitalWorks Consulting Group. I'm the chief digital officer, and we are a boutique consulting firm. We work with large business group, conglomerates, family offices, etc. We act as an advisory and strategy firm. We help clients achieve true digital advantage, driving true impact and true revenue through their digital channels, and we help them through different initiatives to get there. This is we architect, design, and deliver end to end, all the way from strategy to your lifecycle support. So we pretty much cover the entire spectrum. And this is where I want to spend a lot of time with you guys today. Retail, or the way how trading is done, commerce is done. It's probably one of the oldest thing that humankind started doing, right? Like trading. Like we exchange goods. There was barter system, then they became commercial, then people started using some sort of a form of currency instrument, right? There are a lot of speculation on who did the first and who came first and all that. But according to our research, the first ever department store, the first ever retail store in its format that you see today came in the 1790s. It came in the 1790s. And the first store is Harding and Howell and Co. in London. That was the first retail department store. And you could see that this happened in 1790, 1790. And, in an argument perspective, pretty much the format is the same. Even today. Isn't that amazing? The format is more or less the same. You stack your products in the shelves, people come and buy that. And then it became a bit more interesting. The first cash registry was invented, right? The first cash registry was invented. Today we call it point of sale, It was actually done by this gentleman, James Ritty, in a saloon in Ohio in the US. That's again amazing, right? The point of sale, the sophisticated point of sale which we use today, it was first introduced in a saloon in the US. And that happened in 1870s. And then slowly the point of sale, graduated to using magnetic tapes, strips, cards, credit cards eventually came up, so on and so forth. Now you could see while this was happening in the offline world, right? This was happening in the store environment. Something was happening here as well. Suddenly online came up. Online journey started, right? The first store, again, there's a lot of speculation. According to our research, the first digital store is Net Market. And then Boston Computer Exchange came up. It is a marketplace to sell used computers back in the day. Again, that's also in the US. And we all know about Amazon. The first online bookstore came out in the 80s. The first payment gateway, which actually triggered the entire journey, the digital journey, was by VeriSign. VeriSign started the first payment gateway. And this entire bucket of online activities spurred in the 1990s. But here you see the answer is here. The reason why you see a lot of gaps. This is where the experience gap started happening. The online was going in a totally different tangent. Offline was going in its own journey. The journey didn't end. Journey didn't end. A lot of these things happen. Store kept on improving, point of sale kept on improving. Today you can do payment, Tab, Apple Pay, Google Pay, you can do Face Pay. There are a lot of options here. So these things took its own path. Online took its own path as well, So we graduated to doing proper end-to-end e-commerce. E-commerce platforms emerged, Oracle ATG back in the day, SAP Hybris, you have Magento, you have a lot of these things, boxed monolith solutions came on. Then we slowly graduated to start using a bit more sophisticated tools like, headless commerce, which very recently came up in the 2020s, and now we are slowly dipping, getting towards composable commerce. We'll dig deep into composable commerce in the coming slides. But you see, all throughout, and this is very important, I want you to focus on here, this gap that you see here, you see a huge gap in online versus offline. Like, how easy, I mean, this is a question to you, you don't need to answer, but just imagine how easy even it is today to buy something in the store and return online. It's not even possible for many businesses, right? You can buy something in the store and return online, and vice versa. Is the experience butter smooth? There is a reason for this, and this is the reason. You might think, why? Why is it so hard to do something so fundamental like that? Why cannot I ship an item from my store to a customer? Why cannot I do an exchange? Why is it so hard? This is where it's all started. Actually, the problem started in the 1990s itself, right? Then slowly solutions emerged, hacks emerged. You could see people started solving this through multi-channel strategy. Yeah. In the sense, they tried to connect these two different worlds together through very sophisticated use cases. And that's why it's very hard to implement. Slowly, we progress to omni. You might hear this word omni-channel very often. Like, it's fundamentally like you try to give, as a business, you try to give an online and offline experience which has synergy. Right? So you can buy something online, you can return in store, you can buy something offline, you can return online, so on and so forth. There are click and collect, reserve and collect, the list goes on. But even you see, the gap is still there. It's not done yet, and the gap is still there. And you can see more advanced use cases are coming today, like wallets, in-store applications, experiences, loyalty. We still have an opportunity to close this gap. This gap is still evolving, and eventually it will close. But that is the point where businesses like ourselves should be prepared for. Day before yesterday, we had a great shakeup in the industry with ChatGPT launching their 4.0 version of the model. It supports multi-model. What does it mean to us? What does it mean to businesses like us in commerce? Like, you can now interact with your customers through voice, a combination of voice, text, images, so on and so, all put together. Do you still believe the website is going to be there? Do you still believe mobile app is going to be the way that you're going to sell and interact with your customers? Do you still believe, all these ticketing tools are going to be your way to talk to your customers and handle their grievances? So we have to be prepared. And that is the moment, that is the Nokia moment, I would say, that is going to happen at some point here in the future. Now, the positioning that we feel, and you can see here, right? This is how we see a customer journey. Yeah, a very standard customer journey, right? You tend to discover your product. Someone has an intention to buy. They start researching about the topic. They start looking at the item. They evaluate. They look at reviews. They look at all sort of social validations, and they transact. And obviously, after sales, if you want to return, so on and so forth. If that whole experience really goes well, the customer starts showing some loyalty towards you, and it starts getting back. This is the success loop. This is how we see it. But the reality is, this is how it really works. There is no linear paths for a customer today. The whole idea about homepage, you need to have a homepage, you need to have a listing page, you need to have a product details page, you need to have a checkout page, you need to have an. This is this was invented in the 1990s, and nothing has changed. If you're a business, if you want to try to launch a website, I'm sure more or less you will try to follow the same but the customer has way, they are way past that whole experience. They are used to TikTok, they're used to Instagram, they're used to, instant gratification, They don't need to go through all the search and the listings and all that to make a decision. Split second, they can do that. Are we equipped? Is our enterprise equipped to do this? Is our architecture or the way we have designed our enterprise, is it really structured enough? These are the questions, hard questions that we need to ask. For example, if I want to embed ChatGPT into my business, what will I do? Where will I start? So these are the hard questions that we need to ask ourselves. And this is where it's a bit technical, but I'll just make an attempt to make it as easy possible. But the idea is, the way you should imagine this is all your business components, all your domains. We have a very simple philosophy in DigitalWorks when it comes to looking at a business. We have fundamentally 5 key domains. If anything to take away, I would say this is the main thing. A simple framework. You have 5 key domains. 1, your customer. You need to know your customer. When you open up your architecture, when you open up your enterprise, you need to have one single view of your customer. It cannot be sitting in the point of sale. It cannot be sitting in e-com. It cannot be sitting in an Excel sheet. You need to have a single view of your customer. Second domain, your product. You need to have one place for your product. It cannot be in your ERP. It cannot be it cannot be in many places. You need to have, as a business, you need to have a grip of your product. The third thing, ordering. You need to have a strong view on how you're enabling the ordering process for your customers. Online, offline, in the store, outside the store, it doesn't matter. Even in social media channels, right? Social commerce. Customers can be anywhere. So how do you do that? Checkout payment is also part of ordering. You can count that. And then your fulfillment or your ordering experience, how you give that service. And finally, loyalty. If you have a clear view on these 5 domains, simple way of looking at it, the way to achieve that, what I just mentioned, is fundamentally composable commerce. You have to have, as a business, you should get to a point where you should decide how the customer journey should be, not the platform. Someone in the 1980s to 1990s has told you, you need a homepage. You need a listing page. You need a category page. You need a brand page. You need this. It's not the way how you should imagine your business. You should imagine your business according to your customer segment. Do you think teenagers on TikTok, they need homepage, listing page, category page? It's no. So how would you do that? You have to reimagine the way you look at your business. Fundamentally, you need a tech architecture. You need a blueprint. You need a blueprint to imagine these customer journeys. And this is where composable commerce plays a big role. You can really, very simply think about all the 5 domains before as independent components, just like Lego pieces. You can move things around, you can put it together and form a different thing. If I want an app just for the seamless event to have my customers come in and buy from my pop-up store, I should be able to spin it up. For me, payment is a Lego piece. Product is a Lego piece. Customer is a Lego piece. I don't need a homepage. I may have a totally different journey for this. So that's just the fundamental view on or idea around customer composable commerce. Just imagine this: someone like Nike or any sports retailer, for that matter, right? It's all about athleticism, sports. It's all about that experience, right? Just imagine. I will leave with this thought. Just imagine if they rolled out an offer like burn 3,000 calories and get 30% discount. How amazing that would be, right? Just burn 3,000 calories and get 30% discount. See, this is the way how you connect with your customer. How can you do that? So this is sort of your way to get there. Composable is your path to get there. So there are amazing business advantages as well, because let's say as a business you are a high search business. Lot people need to search, research a lot to convert. You can scale your search component independently. You don't need to do the full scaling. So and if you want to remove a tool, you can very well do that in a very fast way without impacting much. So optimized TCO, future proofing, it's all ready for you. It's ready to consume. It's future proofing your enterprise. To know more about this, we have a free handbook on this composable commerce. It's available in our booth, right next to the corner here, E40, for free. Please come, collect it, and if you need any help in this line, please reach out to us. That's it from our side. We'll be in the booth, so if you have any questions, feel free to come and talk to us. Thank you.